I'm warming my coffee. We're good to go. Do, 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 do. I'll be with you in a second. Run. I'm already live, I know. You're like, what are you doing? You're not in your office. I had to get my coffee warm, and I'm already running late. Say hi. Hi. Okay, here we go. Coming along here. I took a sip of a coffee as I walked this direction, and it was cold. So I was like, we're gonna have none of that. That's a line I always hear from Dallas when we're in Israel, not all the Catholic sites with the nuns. We shall have none of that. Okay, so let's see here. Boom. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Bible study. Whew. I've been reading the most fascinating stuff this morning. Reading stuff from the Mishnah and Jewish commentaries, and it's like funny. I mean, I just have a funny time reading it all. Talking about all the duties of a wife. But if she brings a maid, then the maid can do these duties. And if she brings two maids, then the maid can do those. It's just this long drawn out thing. It was kind of humorous. But then if she brings too many maids, then she's going to be idle. And idleness leads to idiocy. Straight from the Jewish writings. That's quotable. All right. Hopefully you guys aren't idle this morning and you're ready to study the Bible. Genesis 32, which is an exciting chapter to make it into. We won't be making it to the excitingest of the excitement today, but we'll make it pretty good. So, Esau. Chapter 32, verse 1. So Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. Pretty cool. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's camp." And he called the name of the place Mahanaim, which is the place of two hosts. And the idea I kind of was like his camp and the angels' camp. So the place of two hosts. Then Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother in the land of Seir, the country of Edom. And I guess I'll pause there really quick. Isn't that just kind of a funny little add-in right there? Like, the story's going to move on. We're not going to hear anything else about the angels. But there they were. The angels were there in their camp. Was it Amy Grant? I forget who did it. The Angels Watching Over Me song. I hear it on my Keith Green station. Classic, Christian music. It's funny, the idea of spiritual warfare. I mean, quite often we think about the spiritual warfare side of things, demons, and all that. But I don't know how often we spend time thinking about the spiritual protection and the idea that there's a camp of angels about us. The Bible equates, and it seems like it's doing so specifically, or not just using it as a symbolic number, but maybe as a more literal number, that the angels are as many as the stars in the sky. We're told that Satan drew a third of them, Revelation 12. And so that would mean that there's a third of many demons, or there's half as many demons as there are angels. Now, we think about it, stars in the sky, there are trillions of stars in the sky. Now, there's just a handful of billions of people on the earth. So that means that people could have 50 or 100 or 300 angels apiece. We talk about the guardian angels. Well, I mean, you could have like a guardian, what's the word I just looked for? Legion. No, not quite a legion, but a squad of angels. You could have, a centurion angel and his 100 angels under him, watching over you at all times. I think it's also fascinating, this idea that the angels are watching. And so when your church friends and family are gone, There are angels watching. Now, obviously, I think as Christians, we at least say we know and realize, ooh, my blinds are all striped, but the sun has now crested the hilltop right now. We know that God is always watching. I think that's something that, at least we say we know it, or, we think we know it. We might not always act like God is watching all the time, but then angels. In First Corinthians, I've been doing a little studying ahead. There's a couple references to angels, and they're a little bit obscure, but part of the idea is that, the angels are watching us, and that your guardian angel, I'm going to fix the blinds. This is going to drive me insane. I don't know if the stripes bother you, but they bother me. I'm right back. You can hear me. You just can't see me. Much better. Okay, so like I was saying, is that if you've got guardian angels, that means they've been there watching you and they've been there by your side through all your good choices and your bad choices. And it means they're still there today. A good friend of mine and pastor in Spokane, he tells a story where he believes he saw his guardian angel one time, and he said, and he was exhausted. And just saying that his actions and his behaviors have been wearing this guy out. And so it's just a reminder, I think, the fact that the angels, this camp, a whole army, a host, which is an army of angels, was there camped with Jacob. And we're going to watch that Jacob, he's going to come up with a plan. That'll be tomorrow, I guess, is his master plan on how to appease his brother. And it's a funny reminder for us how we've got our plans. We've got our ideas of how we're going to get things done. And it's like we forget that there's a whole army of angels around us. And we are often dead set and determined to do things our way by our own understanding and not leaning on him. So let's be thinking about that. There are angels watching over you. They're watching your successes and your failures. Quite often we wonder where God is and what's going on, and those angels might be exhausting themselves trying to protect you from what could be happening in your life. And it's a reminder that God has his means always ready and available to help his children. It's all the stuff that's right there. But too often, again, like Jacob and what he's going to go on and do, verses 3 and onward, is he's going to try and do it in his flesh. He's going to try and come up with a plan. And there's a lot of Jacob in all of us. We know the spiritual truths, but we practice regular earthly wisdom and knowledge. So, hey, let's just be reminded one more time of a spiritual battle, spiritual warfare, that probably way more of the things that go on in your life are not coincidence and are not by chance, but that are actually spiritual warfare. While there is twice as many angels as demons, the 1/3 of the stars worth of demons is still more than one for every human. So there's plenty of demons out there too. And they're looking for ways to get at you. And the angels are looking for ways to help you. But again, I believe those angels, they're working at God's command. And we see it in Daniel. I'll close here. But we see it in Daniel where it's like the angel came. He leaves the second. He says, it's the moment you prayed, I was sent. And then he was withstood by the Prince of Persia. And we see this battle, then the spiritual battle going on. But that always made me wonder, well, if the angel was sent the moment that Daniel prayed, what about all the angels in our lives, our angels who are waiting to be prayed for? But the prayer never comes, and therefore the angel is never sent. Notice Daniel did not pray to the angel, he prayed to God. We don't need to pray to anyone other than the Lord, but the Lord would dispatch his angels as needed. So there you guys go. God bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you. All right? And sure, you can have grace and peace while we're at it. Love you guys. You guys take care. And I will see you guys tomorrow.